Welcome to Learning Excel with Dr. Ted. Hi there. In this video demonstration, we will be going over two key topics, learning more about spreadsheet modeling and the dynamic features of spreadsheet modeling within Microsoft Excel. The first topic at hand is the goal seek. We'll go through a demonstration of how to use the goal seek and the benefit that the goal seek can show you as you go ahead and perform that function in Excel. We'll then go through another feature in Excel called the data table. Let's go ahead and navigate at this point to the worksheet entitled Data. Go ahead and click on that. So we're going to go through a scenario that is very common in the realm of business. Do we want to produce our particular product, or do we want to buy that product? To produce the product, we're going to go through a couple of different costs that we would incur. One would be, as you can see in line 4, is a fixed cost, and we identify this fixed cost for this particular product to be at $20,000. We then identify that there would also be a variable cost per unit to produce our particular product. And we've identified at this point a starting point of 10,000 units would be our quantity. Hence, if we take a function of the fixed cost plus the variable cost times the quantity as expressed, here of B4 plus B6 times B8, we get a total manufacturing cost for this product at $50,000. In contrast, we could go out and we found a vendor who would supply this for us. However, the vendor says it's going to cost you $3.50 to purchase this, which is higher than our variable cost. However, we still have to make up, in this case, the fixed cost as part of that. And so we want to identify, what would be the savings for outsourcing or the savings associated with manufacturing in-house. To get our total purchasing cost as expressed here in B14, it's just simply going to be B8, which is our quantity, times B12, which is our purchase cost per unit. At this point, the last thing is we're taking the difference, or B14 or B10 minus B14, giving us an outsourcing savings of $15,000. So we want to go ahead and consider this question. At how many units does it not matter if we produce in-house or buy? This is all from a financial perspective. There are other considerations, of course, that you would make, but from a financial perspective, what is essentially our break-even point? So hence, let's go ahead and go to data in the ribbon and go to this option called what if analysis. I've already started this out. Keep in mind with the what if analysis, it's one of the coolest parts of Excel in terms of the ability to conduct spreadsheet modeling. And the one thing that we're going to look at first here is something called goal seek. As you drag your cursor over there, this gives you the right input for the value you want. Go ahead and click on that. So we want to go ahead and change this cell of B16 to a value of 0. So at this point, we would say we have no outsourcing savings by changing the quantity. The quantity is going to be expressed here in B8. Once you have this set up, you can go ahead and press OK. And what's really cool about the goal seek, I think is cool, is it kind of goes like this as it changes the values. It goes such that you see it going up or down to the appropriate quantity. Go ahead and press OK and let's see it in action. Cool. And so it arrives at a value or quantity of 40,000 units. So at a level of 40,000 units, you are indifferent whether or not you are going to produce this in-house or you're going to go ahead and purchase this. So go ahead and press OK to exit out of that. The second thing I want to focus on with you now is looking at something called a data table. A data table can give us the respective values of interest, if it happens to be outsourcing savings, based off of quantity. So if I go over here in column G and I say, let's do it in increments of 5,000 units, what is our outsourcing savings? We can go ahead and start to plot that out. So first off, you'll see here in G3, I have 5,000. If I go G3 and then add 5,000 to that, I have 10,000. If I start to drag that all the way down, you'll notice that I've gone all the way up to 65,000 units, or our quantity of 65,000, just to kind of play this out to show this how it works. The next thing we want to do here in H2, go ahead and do a cell reference for our outsourcing savings, B16. Go ahead and press OK. Now go ahead and highlight all of these respective cells from G and H, and we're going to go back to data and then back to the what if analysis and select our option for the data table. Again, this is see the results of multiple inputs at the same time. Go ahead and click on that. We, in this case, are going to be looking at a column input cell, not a row input cell. So go ahead and select the column input cell of the option for our quantity, or in other words, B8. And at this point, you can go ahead and press OK. By pressing OK, we now see the savings due to outsourcing for all of these respective quantities of interest. So 5,000 units, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, all the way up to 40,000, whereby at 40,000 we see no savings, and then we see things start to cost us more as we produce more and more units. So in other words, at 65,000 units, there is no savings due to outsourcing. From a financial perspective, we should be producing that in-house. But anything up to 40,000 units, we see benefit and increased gains in savings. So this would be an example of a one-way data table. I'm just going to type that out for us. Let's go ahead and copy these values again. Let's place them here in column K, and we're going to go ahead and run another scenario. Let's say we go back and we get additional bids from different vendors. So right now we see a purchase cost of $3.50. Let's say we get some bids from different vendors, across the board. So we have the first one of $3.50, then we get one who gives us a bid of $4, another one gives us a bid of $3.25, and then another person gives us a bid for $5. So we have different vendors who've given us different bids. If we wanted to look at the savings associated with each of these respective price points for producing this quantity or units on our behalf, we can go ahead and run a two-way data table which would accommodate for that. So in this two-way data table here in column K2, or excuse me, cell K2, go ahead and go equals and select the option of B16. And then go ahead and select all of these cells from column K to column O and go back to data, what if analysis, and select the option for data table. So in this case, we're going to have a row input cell, and the row input cell will mean that we're going across for the respective purchase cost. Go ahead and select that of B12, and then go ahead and select the column input cell for our quantity of B8. At this point, once you have both of those selected, all of the values selected, we can go ahead and press OK to see our two-way data table. Again, what's interesting about this, as you look at this, so here's our savings at $3.50. That's at the unit price point of 40,000. And here's the savings of at 20,000 units, that would be our break-even point for $4. And we can go ahead and see in this case at $3.25, we still aren't seeing any savings in terms of, we still aren't seeing savings from manufacturing even up to 65,000 units. However, at the level of $5 per unit, at the production level of 10,000 units, it becomes more cost effective to manufacture in-house. So as such as we've gone through these different functions in Excel of looking at the goal seek and the one-way and two-way data tables, we really see the benefit of Excel as a really great spreadsheet modeling tool. Thank you for watching Learning Excel with Dr. Ted. If you liked what you saw in this video and would like to learn more, subscribe now to our YouTube channel.